Pain is what brought me into active life, and frustration. Frustration with the system, and a certain feeling of hopelessness. I'm 72 years old, and all I've been hearing with my back going out all those years is, well, it happens after I run. Well, then stop running. Well, it happens when I lift heavy things. So stop lifting heavy things. You know, the advice I'd gotten, you know, join a gym, but then you join a gym and there's no support, so you're hurting yourself, you know. And with Active Life, they were promising that they were going to support me being healthy into my 90s and being at my, you know, at optimal health versus, you know, just settling for the decline that, you know, kind of comes with this age group. My name is Annick. I am 72 years old, and I've been coming to Active Life for a year and a half. My back went out in August, and when I went to the doctor, she said maybe we should do an MRI. So I had another MRI, and then they saw some disc-related problems, but mostly age-related. And then the solution seemed to be go to an orthopedist and look into back surgery, which I didn't want. And then it was go for physical therapy. But when I went for physical therapy, I said, I feel like it's not just, I feel like my whole body's out of whack. What happens when I say my back went out is that there would be some kind of spasm. I can't bend over, I can't move. What I've learned too, getting older, is that you don't appreciate a body part until it goes wrong. And then when it goes wrong, you're like, oh my God, I should have appreciated my feet more, or my back more, or my shoulders. So when the back would go out, I was really incapacitated. But I would almost take that in stride, as that's just the way I am. I would say before I started doing the yoga, it would happen like once every few months. Once I started doing the yoga, I could go 6 months, 9 months without it happening, but it would still happen once or twice a year. It wasn't even so much when it went out. The problem was that I was worried about it all the time. And my family, I didn't even realize, my family, it would be like, don't ask mom to lift that, her back will go out. Like, I didn't even realize that it was permeating my whole family. Like, are you gonna be okay picking that up? There was a concern for me because I had a bad back. And there was always that fear that I never knew whatever movement, then you try to figure out what caused it, and I would be like, it was probably this and that, but it was more than just the back going out. There was the constant worry about the back going out. I think the day-to-day is debilitating in a very small way, right? Where you're afraid to do almost anything because you don't want the severe pain of the spasm, right? So it's like there's that constant, I can't pick this up because it's too heavy, or I can't pick up my grandson because he's too heavy, and I need to be careful, and I need help with this, and I need help with that, and I can't bring the groceries up the stairs. So in terms of my grandchildren, I have 6 grandchildren, joys in my life. The 3 oldest are my son's children, are 3 girls. They're 16, 17, and 19 now. And then my daughter has 3 little ones who are 6, 4, and 1.5. That was a big part of what got me here too, is that what I realized when I was at the beach with the 3 younger ones, I was not doing what I did with the older ones. I was hesitant to pick them up, take them out into the waves, take them out past the waves. I wasn't sure if my legs could hold me. I realized, wow, I'm getting older. And then everybody's like, well, that's normal. You're getting older, you're slowing down, that's what happens. And I didn't like that, because I thought to myself, I want to be the same grandmother as much as possible with these 3 little ones that I was with the older ones. And then when Eliza was born, I realized I want to watch her grow up. So now if I want to watch her grow up, that takes me to 90. You know what I mean? So now all of a sudden I'm like, I can't accept this. You're getting older, you're slowing down. I got to do something. And so when I came to Active Life, I told them about my 20-year plan. And they were one of the only ones who didn't laugh. When I said I have a 20-year plan, they were like, great, we'll help you get there. They explained to me what it was going to take and how much it was going to cost. My first reaction was, this is great, love you guys, but no way, is the way I felt. And then I came home and I thought about it, and I said to myself, you're 72 years old. If you don't do this, and what it's promising, right? Like, it's possible. Like, if I do this, it's possible that I'm gonna get stronger, I'm gonna be able to be a more active grandmother. Like, when I looked at what was possible and what they were saying they thought they could do for me, and I thought, if I say no to this, what am I saying no to, right? And what I'm saying no to is that the decline is going to continue. I'm just going to get weaker and slower. And then I turned to my husband. I said to him, I really think I need to do this. And, he was like, do whatever do it. He wasn't stopping me. I was stopping myself, right? Hesitated to spend that kind of money on myself. And the realization there was, I found the money when the kids needed braces. I found the money to buy the field hockey stick that got lost. I found the money to do all these things throughout my life. But now I can't make myself the priority. And so I called back and said, I'm in. As my goal was the carry-on luggage and the water bottle, then as my grandson has been growing, he became, so when I was doing the sandbag carry about a year ago, I started calling the sandbag Louie, who's my daughter's 4-year-old son, who he's adorable, but he's a solid little guy, right? When you go pick up Louie, he's like a sandbag. He's just, dead weight. And picking him up is a challenge. And so the sandbag carry, now I'm carrying 35 pounds, single arm, and it's a challenge. But I got to get there because he's 42 pounds now, and he's going to keep growing. So there's a lot of incentive to keep lifting more weight because he's only 4. I want to be able to pick him up for a few more years before I can't. Exercising for the sake of exercising has never been a goal. I'm a couch potato at heart. I walk a lot, but it's always with the idea of, burning calories and staying in shape, but it's never about building muscle. I was never into that. And now, because it was functional stuff, right? It was the overhead, the carry-on, it was the bottle of water, it's my grandchildren, being able to carry them. The fact that it's functional strength has been key for me. And that has led me to understand my body better, to realize that I can't get there without the bicep curls or the landmine press, or like all of those things are enabling me to achieve the goals that I want versus them being a goal in themselves, which was never very motivational for me. This has become a top priority. You think about your life and the 3 to 5 key things that are important to you. And at this point, for me, because if you don't use it, you lose it, health and strength and physical ability is right up there, with my family and my coaching and my writing, but the whole health piece is right up there, because what I've learned is that this has to be ongoing, because I want to be able to keep going in the ocean with them and going to an amusement park and getting on the ride. I mean, my husband and I were in Egypt in November. I got on a camel. I want to be able to keep doing those things. I don't want to necessarily become an observer until I have to. I still want to be an active participant in life. And in order to do that, got to keep moving this body.